So I just got done recording my coffee video. It is importing into Final Cut Pro. But now I want to talk about something else. Now I want to talk about uh, beating beating the resistance, and I'm going to call it resistance because it comes from a guy that I'm very fond of. Become a, I mean, I didn't find him by any by any stretch of the imagination. Joe Rogan has recommended this guy, and I've heard other people talk about him so much. But Steven Pressfield wrote a bunch of books. Um, One of his most famous ones called "The War of Art," which is on beating resistance, which is the opposing force that creative people face in trying to beat procrastination and actually doing or creating the stuff that they feel inclined to do, but they just can't get themselves to do it. They want to do it. They love the feeling of doing it when they actually do finish something, but they just can't do it. Um, Steven Pressfield has really switched the way I perceive things now. Like, the way I look at when I don't feel like doing something. I used to think it's just, like, oh, there must be something. There must be something with me that my body's telling me, no, you shouldn't do that right now, or like there must be something more important. But he makes you think of it as, you know, every every opposing force. There's dishes to do, or you have these things in your head that you have to get done before. But it's like resistance and beating resistance is just every single time you face something that wants to stop you, you have to really address it and then get your mind right and just push through and just keep working. It's and not necessarily in a masochistic sort of like, you know, don't even worry about yourself, just keep working sort of thing. But um, even if it's for an hour a day, you just, if you don't feel like you're gonna be able to do anything, or you don't feel like anything that you're writing or you're drawing is anything worth keeping, but every day you have to do it. You have to put in the time, and it's hard to see it that way because you can really convince yourself that oh, you do, but you do need a break. If you have a good break, you come back and you'll be fresh, and but no, I mean, at least not in my case anyway. I've taken breaks, and then you lose the touch, you lose the you know once you haven't started a project for a while, you lose that energy to keep building on it and seeing what it becomes and stuff, and you really just see it as such a daunting task to have to start something new. It's especially when you're dealing with work and you're dealing with like improving like lifestyle related stuff as well, and then you have to worry about this project too. It's like makes you not want to, makes it feel like such a, why would I do that? There's, how is that gonna, and this is a terrible thing, and I have trouble with this tremendously, is saying how is this going to pay off like in the future. Is this going to be more rewarding for me in this amount of time, or stuff that just doesn't even apply at all, and I'm just thinking about what the benefits are going to be of this, or I want to weigh everything and analyze everything before I even make a move. Which, another guy I'm super fond of, Elliot Hulse, who has a YouTube channel, Strength Camp, check it out. He's inspirational like a motherfucker, but he always talks about um, using your body. Use like breathing into your balls, breathing. I know that sounds funny to say, but like people are always they breathe they breathe up into their chest instead of down into their body, into their stomach. Like let their stomach inflate, and let air go deep, and feel it in your whole body. Like breathe and actually feel it in your whole body, and not just having all your energy up here. Like so many people think, and I might have gotten a little off topic there, but so many people think that your energy is right here. Like this is all that your body is just your head. Like this is just where you're at. But and then this stuff is just like moving your head around, and but no, I mean, like you're all one thing, and you feel stuff in your body. It connects stuff in your head, and um, it's a dance you're doing with your head and your brain, trying to figure out, okay, when should I listen to my head and when should I just listen to my body right here. But um, I mean, there's certain times you can't listen to your body, like when you're out in public and you see an attractive girl. You can't just listen to your body then, because you're gonna get fucked up. But um, it's a dance. You have to know when to just feel your gut and when to actually think about it. Step back and say, should I say that before I just should I, think about what you're going to say before you say it. So, um, but he has really opened my eyes to um, just doing it. Like that's where I was going to go. Instead of thinking about how am I going to do this next step? How am I going to take planning out the next thing? It, it's much more beneficial to just do it and do the wrong thing and already get that experience of what not to do than to just speculate further and just to keep being up here and creating all these scenarios in your head, which probably the most powerful thing that he said that I resonated with was don't tell yourself stories. Don't what stories are you telling yourself about anything, like when you're working out or when you're drawing something. I mean, your ego goes crazy. I don't know if I'm just crazy or if my ego is just way crazier than a lot of people's, but like my ego will tell me crazy shit when I'm exercising, when I'm working out or competing, doing stuff, and um, most of the time it's very arrogant and very just doesn't give a fuck about anything but win or conquer or get that or anything. So you really have um, to take that into account and not just go on your every um, not just go on your every whim of just oh that looks cool, I'm gonna go do that. Just I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, this video is already getting like 7 minutes long, so basically back to resistance. Um, just when you have something in your life that you think you might want to do, or if you hear someone say, but you've never done that before, you're probably much better at this, or they want to recommend something for you, or they want to try to do what they want you to do, what they think you should do. It makes sense to them, so you know, if they just want to give you advice, probably to try to be helpful, which I'm really bad about that because I don't know if it's because I'm a Virgo. I don't know if I want to say that or not or put myself in that world, but um, just very I want to help people. I want to be like, well, if you just did it a little bit like this, if you just did a little bit more this way, be leaning more in the right direction, and maybe you start improving better. And I just always want to tweak things a little bit to get it just a little bit better, a little bit more efficient the next time, sort of thing. But some people learn at different paces, and I don't want to be that guy to push people either. But if you have something that you really want to do, and there's reasons that you have not to do it, it's way more empowering and way more beneficial to your future to just go ahead and try to do it, even if you're, I mean, reasonable here. Like, let's not. Your goal is I want to deadlift 600 pounds, and you go and your first one is like 400, and you fucking tear your back. You herniate a disc in your back or something like that. So you got to be realistic, but then again, it's like just go do it. Just um, you got to take the step, and once you've taken the step, all the shit that you said that you thought was going to happen, like the worst thing that can happen, if you preconceive the worst thing that can happen in your head before you go do it, guarantee whatever you thought, it cannot even get close to that bad in the first place, because your brain will just trick you into not doing these things. Like, why you're so much more comfortable here just watching Netflix and eating eating chips or whatever. I mean, it's hard for people to get over that, when they've got a warm bed to go lay next to someone in, and they've got football games to watch, and they've got TV shows to keep up on, or they've got anything where they have excuses not to go benefit their body. And if you're not healthy and you're super rich, how are you going to get to enjoy that? How are you going to get to live life to the fullest when you're in pain, when you walk around, or when you walk around you have gas or you have acid reflux or whatever it is? Health first everything else second. I mean, what else are you trying to? People always like to think of life as like what's in your head. Like life is life is just your experiences in your mind. But you know, being an athlete, being someone that you remember certain things that you do when you just moved a certain way. You moved a certain way and it felt more right than it's ever felt before, and you want to get back to that, to where you can do that. You can do that on command. That is something that people, you know, that maybe a mathematician or maybe a physics professor or something like that, that that you know, scoff at, you know, weightlifters or any of this stuff. It's like it's a certain level of mastery, and ultimately when we're more, I don't know if we're more body than mind, but our body certainly affects our mind a lot more. Well, I don't even know if I want to say that, but it's such a an even dance, and most people are 80-20, 80% brain, 20% body, and it's not how it works. And if you're doing that successfully, more power to you, but I recommend that you probably slowly start to skew it in the other direction, because that one's not sustainable. Um, you know, it's depends on what you do every day, but humans weren't meant to sit in cubicles. Humans were meant to chase animals and be nomadic, have small tribes. They weren't supposed to have, you know, worried about millions of people being able to see what you're saying or what you're doing. It was just maybe 100 people in your small tribe. That's what our brains are engineered for. So it's hard to look at things differently. But getting off way off topic again. Resistance. Just take the step. Don't think about it anymore. Just do it. I need to take my own advice because I'm really kind of just repeating Elliot Hulse right now. But I think this is information that more people should hear, and hopefully I can put my thoughts together more clear next time, but in the same realm of thought, and give you guys some more videos like this. So I think that concludes this one. Should be uploading it shortly. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Thanks.